Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today is Friday the 13th, so I thought I'd do something special and review the Friday the 13th complete Blu-ray set in this beautiful tin that came out in 2013 if I'm not mistaken. So a good eight years ago right now it is, and I didn't get this when it first came out. I bought this last year. I paid over £100 for this, and to be honest, I think I got a bargain, to be honest, because you go on eBay now and you see the ridiculous price some of these go for. It's unbelievable. But I thought, let's do something special for Friday the 13th. So I will review this beautiful set, and then I will give my quick ranking of the movies. And look out in October, because I will be doing probably reviews for each one of these. I think for this, Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween, I'm looking to do all them in October, but we'll see how scheduling lets me do it. So let's have a look at this. So the first thing we'll do is take the J card off. So on the front just tells you about the 12 movies on 9 Blu-ray discs, includes collectible tin case, a 40-page Crystal Lake Memories book, brand new embroidered Camp Crystal Lake Counselor's patch, a killer bonus disc full of special features and much more. And then on the back end gives you a quick look on exactly what we get in this set. So I do like this set quite a lot. I know they just brought out this year, the Scream Factory just brought out all these with extra bits and all that. Some of the movies, with some of the clips I got lost, they found. So I didn't get that only because it's Region A, and I would have had to buy a Region A 4K player as well. So overall it would have cost me probably close to 300 quid. It is, so this is the cheaper option because all the Blu-ray discs on here are region free. So we will have a look at the tin, which is beautiful. Got Jason from Friday the 13th. Jason Goes to Hell, actually. It is very nice, very rigid. It is, as you can probably tell by the light, sticks out a bit. Very nice indeed. I like the Friday the 13th in red. It is, and very nice indeed. So nothing on the spine or round, and then on the back end you got the docks that looks a bit from the remake one. It does, but very nice indeed. Very beautiful. I like the black as well, and I like how Jason's in black and white. Very nice. So if we open it up and take the contents out and put them to one side, we will look at the inside, which we see, if I'm not mistaken, that's Chelsea from the remake. So when she's in the water and she sees Jason and she panics. Very nice indeed. So I do like these tin sets. I got two others in Band of Brothers and what's the other one? And the sequel they did and all that, which are both very nice indeed. So that's the tin. Very nice indeed. It's still in pretty good nick. A few dinks it is I had, but be honest, man, to get one of these in absolute mint condition, you never get that for a good price. You'd be paying, I've seen them on eBay for like 500-600 quid. It's ridiculous. So let's have a look at some of the features. So you get two 3D glasses for Part 3, which was done for 3D. It is, and yeah, the 3D in it is terrible. It is what they do, but it was a gimmick at the time, and they brought it back lately and all that for some movies. But for me, it's mainly a gimmick, and I doubt I'll ever use these and watch the film in 3D. There we have the patch, Camp Crystal Lake Counselor. Very nice. Might put that on one of my jackets. I might, but very nice indeed. Also get us a little band where it says I told was it I told the others, they don't believe me, you're all doomed. That's by Ralph, that is, who was in part 1 and 2. Spoiler for part 2, he does die in part 2, but it's it's an old film, so it's not really spoiling much. So that's very nice. It is. I kind of use this to keep my Crimson Peak shut, because the arrow box keeps opening all the time, so it comes in handy, really. And then we also get the nice little booklet of a short version of the Crystal Lake Memories. If you're a fan of Friday the 13th, definitely pick this book up, and pick up, there's a documentary as well, which I have in my collection. It is, which I should have looked for, but I didn't look for it for this. So I got the book and the thing, and this, yeah, everything you want to know about Friday the 13th. Definitely worth it picking up the book. So this is like a small little condensed version. Tells you a lot about the movies and some of the special features, and definitely one of my favourite looks for Jason. Can't wait for the NECA figure of that to come out. So very nice indeed. And then Freddy vs Jason at the back. So we will get on to the discs now. So it comes in a nice little cardboard box with little Oz sleeves. So you have the mask on the front, which is pretty much, if I'm not mistaken, that's the picture for like one of the promotional shots for the remake. It is, but very nice indeed. Like little grey blood splatter there, and then you have Friday the 13th in red, the complete saga. Very nice indeed. And then we open it up, and it has tells you all the movies they have. It is. So, and I'll have the 13 but there and the blood splatter. Very nice. So we'll have a look at the first one. So it is the original Friday the 13th. Not my favourite out of the lot, but it did start the ball rolling. And the thing there that, again, Chelsea Blair from the remake is in this picture. Don't know why she wasn't in this movie. Doubt that she was even born when this movie came out, because I wasn't. It was I think it filmed in 79, wasn't it, but came out in 1980, and I wasn't 3 years later I was born. So but you get the first one there, then part 2, which I did, they did bring a steel book out for, and I have got a review on my channel if you want to look back and see that. So we've got Pamela Voorhees' head there. Very underrated movie. Don't really get talked about in the horror community. Part 2 doesn't, but it's a very good movie. And then a lot of people's up there was the thing is part 3. Not my favourite. Richard Brookow does play Jason Voorhees. Is up there though. He is, for me, not my favourite, but you know, he got the ball rolling for the bigger Jasons and the tougher Jasons. It is. So that's on there. And then we got Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Spoiler, it's not the final chapter. And this is my favourite Jason, Ted White. I think how good Richard Brooker was, Ted White elevated it up in my opinion. It is. So very nice. And then we get 5 and 6 on a disc. We do. And 7 and 8, probably my favourite looking Jason. I do like the decaying look on his face, and all. It looks a bit like a pirate when you think about it, but there looks like an eye patch with the things but there. But yeah, not a lot of people's worse in the series, not mine personally, but part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, which he never really, I think they only filmed a tiny bit in Manhattan. I think the rest was in Vancouver and on a boat. So then we go Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X, yeah, down there as not my favourites. And a very surprising how much I enjoyed Freddy vs Jason. Very good. Yeah, some of the characters are annoying, don't get me wrong, but Freddy and Jason are really good. Underrated Jason, Ken Kaczynski, is it? Oh, you have a quick squint. Doesn't say, but yeah. he's an underrated one. A lot of people don't like him because of the hate for was it Kane Hodder, who played him in 7, 8, 9 and 10. Didn't come back for this one. They didn't ask him to come back for this one, so a lot of people hated it, but he does a good job. He does. And then we have the remake, which is a lot of people's favourite, or up there. Not in my top 5, but I'll tell you my rankings now at the end. But Derek Mears, who plays Jason in this, is definitely up there in one of the best Jasons. He was very good indeed, and I hope he comes back if there's a lawsuit going on for the Friday the 13th. So if they ever come back, I hope they give him another go. And then we got the killer bonus disc there with a nice picture of Cyborg Jason, Robo Jason, and just a back thing. So that's the review for that. So we're into my rankings now. So first off, they've made 12 movies for this. So at number 12, it is going to be Jason X. Not a big fan of this. I enjoyed in parts, and I don't mind Kane Hodder as Jason, and Cyber Jason's pretty fun, but I don't like the story, how they put it in space. It is normally where you put a franchise to die, and yeah, and the characters are awful. You just want Jason to kill them all. It is. Part number 11 is Jason Goes to Hell, Part 9, The Final Friday, which wasn't a Final Friday. Again, just like the final chapter, kind of a lie. Again, I enjoy this a little bit more than Jason X. The story's not great because they use he's possessed by like a demon, so he gets blown up in the beginning. Coroner eats his heart, gets possessed, and it's just like body swap until Jason comes back in the end. So again, story's not great. Bit better than Jason X. At least they went a different route and tried something different. But like I said, Jason's hardly in. He's in the beginning and the end. Probably gets like five minutes of screen time. But yeah, and again, the characters are annoying as well. Part 10, we will go probably to most people's least favourite, which is Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Jason, I'm not probably one of my least favourite Jason looks. He's a lot slimy in this, and all. He just looks slimy all the time. I like the characters a bit more in this, especially is it Julian, the boxer? Brilliant in it. I like him. Gets a cracking death as well. But most of this takes place on a boat. Hardly takes place in Manhattan. And if you watch any of the videos or the behind the scenes thing, they hardly filmed, only like in Times Square, and that was it for like one thing. All the rest was done in Vancouver, if I'm not mistaken. So on to my number 9, which is one of my most underrated ones of the thing. Fair enough, nothing else got Jason, so it's a bit of a letdown, but it's a pretty good story. Kind of the second part of the trilogy for Tommy. So from part 2, 4, 5 and 6. So this is the middle part. So yeah, not too bad. Some really good kills. And yeah, even though it's not Jason in this movie, the killer's pretty good. I enjoy it. I do. Part 9, that was number 9. Number 8 is, we go back now to Freddy vs. Jason. So overall, an enjoyable movie. Your typical 2000s teen horror, to be honest. A couple of good kills. Robert Englund in his Freddy, who's always a plus. He's brilliant. Ken Kirzinger, who plays Jason in this, he does a good job. He does. A lot of people don't like him, but I think he done a really good job on it. He does. Biggest problem with this movie is just the characters. They are awful. They are absolutely awful. There it is. And then we go on to my number 7, which is the remake. So I know this is a lot higher in most people's rankings. I liked it. They didn't really do anything new, apart from they changed up Jason a little bit. Some of the deaths were okay. Trent the biggest arsehole in the movie gets the best death. He does. But again, brilliant. But Derek Mears as Jason is the big highlight of this movie. So we go to number 6 now, and we will get to Friday the 13th Part 3, the one that's in 3D. So I like the look of Jason. So this is when they start getting him a bit more bulky, taller, stronger, looking more muscular. And Richard Brooker, easily up there as one of the best Jasons. Not my favourite. We'll get on to my favourite a bit later when I get to the movie. But again, not my favourite. The 3D parts of this movie really does take you out of the movie. It's like one scene's like a yo-yo going in your face. It's like the cheapest ways of doing 3D. At the end of the day, trying to trick the viewer in 3D. It does. So my next one then, I have my list here. So we're on to number 5, and number 5 is Part 7, The New Blood. So my favourite looking Jason, by far. I love that design. There's a NECA figure coming out of him soon. I can't wait to get it. But yeah, I like the story, goes in the thing. So it's pretty much Carrie versus Jason, a girl with telekinesis, brings him back and then tries to stop him. So some really good kills in here, which unfortunately got cut from the movie because of the not NPC, but you know, the guys who rate these films and all that absolutely cut it a bit. But you can probably see most of them on YouTube now and all that, and some of the kills are really gory and really good. So unfortunately, I think they might be on the new Scream Factory one and all that, but you can see them on YouTube anyway. There it is. We get on to my top 4 now. So my number 4 is the original. So yeah, doesn't break my top 3. Like I said, it's the first one in the film, but it's definitely not the best in the series. Characters are pretty good. Kevin Bacon in one of his first roles. Betty Palmer as the killer, very good indeed. No Jason, only see him at the end when he jumps out of the lake. He does, but yeah, made it after this was a big success, and then they brought the thing. Tom Savini did the makeup and the deaths in this and all that, so the practical effects really good and all that. Your thing, a little bit of a rip off of Halloween, which if you read the documentary, we all know it is, because I think Sean Cunningham has even said it, to be honest. But yeah, it's not a thing. I like the characters, very good and all that, and yeah, definitely great. One of the best reveals at the end. Into my top 3 now. So Part 2 is my number 3. Very much I don't see this high on everyone's list, but it's definitely a top 3 for me. I love this. I like the Jason. I like the Sackhead Jason. The Sackhead Jason from the remake looks a lot better, but I still like this one. He's more of a smaller, fragile guy, so he's not more unbeatable in this one. You can actually beat him, but he's a smart. He's a good hunter in this. He does sets and traps and all that. A couple of good kills, especially the guy in the wheelchair. Machete in the head, falls down the stairs. Very nice indeed. And the ending where Ginny uses psychology on Jason and puts on... They end up at his shack. She puts on Pamela's jumper and starts scolding Jason. But he doesn't fall for it for long. So, to my top 2 is Friday the 13th Part 6. So CJ Graham, who plays Jason, definitely up there in my top 5 Jasons. Alice Cooper does a couple of songs, and kind of a Frankenstein like good thing, a nod to the old Universal movies of how they bring Jason back with electricity and all that. A new Tommy Jarvis again. It is in this movie. I forgot his name now. Top of my head. No, it's not in the credits for that, but yeah. Unfortunately, it's gone off the top of my head now. But yeah, the same actor who plays Tommy in this has done... I haven't put these in my rankings because I'm just doing the movies. But Womp Stomp did Never Hike Alone and Never Hike in the Snow. And Tommy Jarvis, the guy who plays him in this Part 6, actually makes a cameo in the first one, Never Hikes Alone. They're 2 really good movies. Check them on YouTube if you can. Definitely recommend them. So yeah, I love that one and all that. Yeah, it's not very gory. I think they cut this one a bit as well, some of the deaths, but yeah, I like the characters, like all the characters. Jason done a brilliant job, really good. But my favourite is part 4, the final chapter. I think this depicts everything I wanted out of a Friday the 13th movie. I love the music, which is pretty much done in all of Friday the 13th by Frank Mancuso Jr. He does... Is it Frank Mancuso Jr.? or no, Harry Manfredini, I think, or Fredini does the music pretty much for all the Friday the 13th movies. But I like it for this one. I love the setting, the atmosphere. You got Corey Feldman as a young Tommy, which he starred in loads of great films back in the 80s when he was a kid and all that. I like all the characters. There's no character I don't like. You know, there's also Kristen Glover, just before he became famous for Back to the Future. But he's in this, he gets a really good kill. Like, this film has some of my favourite kills in the Friday the 13th. It's got the blood, gore, good characters. One of my favourite Jason in Ted White. A good design. It is, yeah, everything I wanted. So that's my ranking, and that's my review of the Friday the 13th. I hope you all have a nice Friday the 13th movie, and if you're going to watch one of them, tell me below if you are. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, like I said, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more videos. And I will see you next time. Bye.